What's up, people? Welcome back to the channel. So earlier this week I released a market watch talking about the prices like after the release of Age of Overlord and also after the YCS in Indianapolis. And I also said in that video that I wanted to do a regular market watch, just kind of like more talking, like not just specific to one set. So this is that market watch, although I did get inspired by generators, you could see, because one of my homies was talking about how he runs like a generator deck, and that kind of got me thinking about prices, and I started looking them up, and yeah, you know what, there is some that are worth any money. So if you like what we do, please feel free to like and subscribe. If not, it's all cool. Trying to get to 500, that's the goal right now. Once we get there, we got giveaways, we got a bunch of cool videos, got the special tournament plan. So please help us get to that goal. Leave a like down below. Alright, with that out of the way, let's get into the video. So I'm just gonna pronounce this the best way I can. Lopter Shadow of Generator Bosses. To be honest, I found one copy of this from this collection that I bought, and I kind of put it to the side, like, it's Eternity Code, let me check it out. And then when I looked it up, I was like, wow, this is, it's pretty high. I'm looking at it for, it's just Generator. Not a lot of people really think about Generator, but Generator does have, like, there are certain players, there's certain, there's certain, little combos that do use the Generator cards. And right here, the Generator bosses, we're looking at Light Plate First Dead, 390, 392. So we're looking about the $4 range for this card, to be honest. But like before my homie was talking about this, I pulled this card to the side, and then like when I went to the card shop and I was talking about how, like, I wanted to bring back Runic, I was kind of like looking at this and that. He told me about how he's running Generator Runic, and that kind of got me interested in thinking about, are the generators even worth anything? And I said this one's worth $4. And if we go on, for the rest of them, it's a little bit of a different story. So we got Mardal, the generator boss of light. This is probably, like, of all like the big ones, this is probably the more expensive one, but only a secret rare version. It's right here for about $250. The other ultra rare from Ghost of the Past, about 13 cents. This one's like very cheap, so like you don't really have to worry about that one being like extremely expensive. But if you want the secret rare version, we're looking at like we got a heavily plate for $250, but with light plate 331, near mint 446. So like a secret rare copy of this card is around the $4 to $5 price point. So if you have, like I said, if you have some of these secret rare kind of in the back and they're in good condition, just like I said, like they're worth $5. Kind of put them up. And like I said, if you're thinking about running it, just know that, like I said, it has more affordable versions, but if you want to go high rarity, they are worth money. Generator Boss Quest, this one does not have a reprint. It's only this one copy, but it's not really going for like that much. Right here I got Light Plate First Dead for 114, like 150. Yeah, it isn't like the other one that we'll talk about sooner, Boss Stage. That one is used heavily, but usually I think you only would run this one out about like one copy. So, but like I said, if you have a lot of these laying around, they are worth $1. You kind of post them up, get some trade value for them, so that's kind of something. If you're trying to run it, I'd probably get it for potentially if something kind of happens. You never know with Yu-Gi-Oh! Generator Boss Stage is another card that I remember going up a while ago. I think the secret rares were extremely high. I want to say they were kind of close to like the $10, maybe $15 mark, simply because it was like this really kind of crazy like rogue strategy, and it really took off. I didn't see too many people have success, although I do know I got my homie out here, Ulysses, that like every once in a while it comes over to the locals, and once or twice he's brought the generators there, and he usually does pretty good with that deck. So like I said, it's one of those decks that kind of takes the right pilot. It takes a good player, it takes someone who really wants to dedicate to the combos and understanding the meta. It isn't just a deck that people just pick up, but like I said, it is pretty interesting. The secret rare version, like I said, kind of similar to the Mardal, is very high. You got like from the Ghost of the Past is like 20 cents, 30 cents, but the secret rare version is the one that I'm kind of like focusing on. Like if you just want to buy this budget, go get a set for like $1 or $2 maybe, depending on which vendor. But the secret rare version, we're looking at near mint 470, 570. So we're looking at about like a $5 to $6 card for the secret rare version. Yeah, and like I said, so I wanted to go over some of these other cards. A lot of the other stuff is pretty cheap. You got this is another secret rare, but I don't think this was kind of used as much. You mostly, I believe, you're just using the Helen. Oh, actually, maybe you might run them all at one. I'm not, like I said, I'm not 100%, like sure with the deck. I just know that like with niche stuff like this comes prices. Here's actually something that I kind of wanted to like pick out. If you have the token from OTS Tournament Pack 13, so that's OP 13, that is about a $5 card right now. We're looking at near mint unlims 420, 419 with $1 shipping. So $4 to $5 just if you have the token. which is like, you know, like, which is kind of like crazy, kind of like similar to the Sky Striker token, to where it was like going for like $5, almost $10 at one point, just because people want to have that exact token. But if we're looking around at the rest of the deck, it is extremely cheap. You could probably build this, get the core for like, I want to say you could get the core for under $20 if you're going budget. So if you're thinking about a core to kind of play, to kind of throw some people off guard, maybe something to like, you know, play at your locals that people don't really see that often, our generator could be a good option. Sleipnir, the Runic main. I don't really think I've spent too much time talking about this card. This is kind of one of the newer Runic cards, and like by the time this card came out, I'd already moved on from Runic and started running Unchained. But like I said, over the past couple weeks, I kind of been thinking about changing back up the playstyle, and I have been bringing out the Runic again, kind of like going over it. And like I guess originally I thought that this card was like worth like nothing, like maybe like $2-3. Right here around September, it was worth in the $280, but it seems to kind of like shot up. It has like gone down a little bit, but at one point it was in the $8 range. I'm looking at this card, $633, $635. I'm looking at about like a $6 to $7 price point for this card, which is pretty surprising. Like, I understand it is a secret rare, but it isn't like Runic is making kind of like huge splash. Although I say that, and I'm pretty sure stuff like, you know, like Runic Sprite, Runic for Hire, you know, like little kind of things like that are kind of still sticking around and probably still getting top cut. So it is still a viable option. It's still a viable engine. It's still essentially at full power, and I'm probably going to be taking advantage of that and just kind of like going back to like the Runic playstyle. I really do like this card. It has it's interruption. It also able to it able to get advantage when your opponent gains advantage by adding cards to their hand. So it is a very interesting card, and I would like to get more playtesting with it. But like I said, for about $6, I think it's at a pretty good price. If anything happens, I do potentially see this going to like, you know, 10, 15, 20 if like Runic becomes crazy again. But to be honest, Runic might be, I don't want to say there's a ban list looming, but if there were to be a ban list, I do feel like Runic is going to be hit on the next one, because they're probably going to want to push out the old and bring in more of the newer stuff. So speaking of kind of that, I just kind of want to go over with Runic right here. The only other expensive part of the Runic engine is the Runic tip. Like, unless you want to go full high rarity with the collector's rare and the quarter century, we're just going to ignore that. We're looking at the Sleipnir and then the Runic tip. Those are like the most expensive cards. Even the Hugins, they're around like the $1 mark. If you're like, I think right now, if you're thinking of just running like if you just want like a nice quick engine and you just want to have it on the back burner, or if you want to kind of invest because you think maybe you might want to run in the future, maybe you think maybe potentially might even miss the ban list and just become, you know, just kind of still stay there. Like, you know, like there's Konami could do a lot of different things. So I wouldn't be fully against at least getting yourself like a play set of all the Runic stuff with with the tips. Probably hold up on the Sleipnir. But like, yeah, just get yourself like a playset of a lot of these things, because they're extremely cheap. You could probably trade for them. So yeah, so I wouldn't be fully against having a Runic core just in the back burner, just in case. And the last card I want to talk about is Tempest Magician. So me and the homie, we were going through a whole bunch of cards. We were kind of sorting things, and then he threw over to my side to threw me the Tempest Magician, and I was all like, how did I freaking miss the Tempest Magician? Of course, it is an old Edison card. It only has 2 printings, and if we had the secret rare, it's, you know, it would be extremely high. But we had like the super rare, it was, you know, also like a little bit heavily played, so it kind of went around like $3 to $4 price point. This is just another one of those examples where if you're playing Edison, and you know, like, or if you have like a lot of old, like there's a lot of old bulk on the side or just some old stuff, just don't be afraid to look through it, just in case you find these older Edison cards, because it's like, you know, like I said, like sometimes it could be as simple as, oh, you know, these used to be worthless, now they're worth $13. To be honest, like, yeah, I mean, if it was me, I'd rather just have, like, I think I do have a super rare in my Edison stuff, but like this, like, you know, like a Light Plate Unlived 409, I bet like if we were to go to like all the straight first edition, that's $63. So like, this is kind of like crazy card. So if you can find, like I said, even if it's not in the best condition, if you see this secret rare, I would just get it and pull it off to the side. Alright guys, that's it for the video. Peace out. If you, like I said, comment down below if you guys have any other cards that you want to see me talk about. Peace out guys, and I'll catch you in the next one.